Hi, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing The Last of Us, Season 1, Episode 7, titled Left Behind. So we're not gonna theorize or anything, because we pretty much know what's coming here, especially with the title of the episode. So all I'll say is, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like, comment, check out the Patreon page where you can watch full uncut reactions, sync it up to your own copy of the episodes, and also support the channel. Keep it going. We appreciate all of you guys so much. All of you patrons, you are the lifeblood of this channel. Do you have anything to say before we jump into it?
No.
Nope. All right. Then let's just do it. Short intro this time. Last of Us, Season 1, Episode 7. Left Behind. Here we go. Ooh.
Looks like blood.
Looks like someone was dragged, someone injured. Just parked at the holes in the garage. Oh, man.
Take the gun.
Joe, shut the fuck up!
You go north. You go to Tommy. You go.
She is not going to leave your ass. I know it goes without saying, but the acting in this fucking series is beyond amazing.
Oh god! Sorry, is my Pearl Jam heart just...
Oh, come on.
Your friend fights. She's not here anymore, is she?
Well, kind of asked for it.
Well, Bethany's in the infirmary with 15 stitches.
Good.
Whoa.
Just put me in the fucking hole.
I put you in the hole 3 times. It doesn't work. So I'm gonna try something new.
Definitely seen this actor before.
You take shit orders from your patrol leader, who'll probably be Bethany. There's the other path. You follow the rules, you become an officer. You get to tell the Bethanys of the world exactly where to shove it.
Is there a secret third option?
Well...
This ought to be good.
Ow.
Now.
Riley, where have you been? What the fuck is wrong with you sneaking up on me like that? It was a joke, okay? I thought it would work better. In my mind, you loved it.
How? Who would love getting... Never mind.
I joined the Fireflies.
Oh, fuck you. I'm not in the mood for this, Riley. I'm really not in the mood. You're a firefly?
Come with me for a few hours and have the best night of your life.
No. Get dressed.
Not taking no for an answer.
You put Carol in the infirmary for a fucking week.
I'm just saying, you can't fight everything and everyone. You can pick and choose what's important.
Oh.
And fuck Carol.
Fuck Carol. Fucking Carol.
Fucking Carol.
How many floors?
Like 2.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So how many...
floors, fuck you.
Did he get bit or...
This guy must have spent every card he had to get this.
No one told him he couldn't mix pills with that shit?
Oh.
I think he knew what he was doing.
Jesus fucking
The fuck?
Christ.
They kind of made me swear not to let other people handle my sidearm.
Not to handle my sidearm because I'm such a fucking firefly.
Give me your gun.
All right, fine.
Guns and booze. What could possibly go wrong?
In a way, FEDRA kind of holds everything together.
You know, as much as I love arguing with your stubborn ass, we're on a mission here.
No, thank you.
Fireflies blowing up the storage depot didn't help.
propaganda bullshit.
Yeah? So you don't bomb stuff anymore?
Not when civilians are around.
That's propaganda bullshit.
One, it's okay you don't know everything.
Agree to disagree.
And two, right here.
So like, are the spidey senses, are they not like flaring right now?
Tingling.
Well, we're past tinkling at this point.
Hey. Wow.
That's a mall, alright?
Tonight, I'm gonna show you the 4 wonders of the mall.
If it's full of infected, where are the infected?
Well,
Oh,
probably isn't full of infected any longer.
aha! Now it's aha! Alright. Didn't know they were gonna bring this out already.
Check me out, man! This is so cool!
First time on an escalator?
I mean, I don't get why people back then wanted all this stuff.
Do you need me to explain it to you?
Haha, no, I know why. It just looks uncomfortable.
Yep.
Some people need underwear, right? I know it's uncomfortable, but look like there's still something. Yeah, they're bras and stuff.
What?
Sorry.
Just mumbling to yourself.
Yeah.
Almost. I said almost. Okay. Open your eyes.
Hey. Merry-go-round? Is that what it's called?
I think so. Carousel?
What?
Nothing.
You're drunk.
No.
Yes.
Not yet. Give me. You need help?
No.
No, it does not necessarily get better.
You know, we could make things better. We could be running things.
I turn 17 next month. That's when you get your assignment. You know what Kwon gave me? Sewage detail.
Fuck.
You know, you're the one thing I miss from that fucking place. If that makes a difference.
A little bit.
No?
Yeah. Oh. The photo booth. Oh.
Okay, yeah. Get after
Okay, sorry. Oh, fuck.
No, it's
Yeah.
so old in the natural bleaching, I guess.
You can still kind of see it.
Listen,
The arcade? Yeah! There we go.
It's just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
yeah.
I miss going to the arcade.
I don't think I've ever been.
No? No.
I'm a bit too young for that.
There weren't that many arcades when I grew up, but I just remember wanting to spend hours and hours there. Usually, if there was anything Star Wars themed,
Of course.
then you're gonna have to pry me away from it. Star Wars or dinosaurs, I think.
Do you have any money? No. Useless shit. Coins.
Go nuts!
Yeah, I'm the same asshole that spent an hour yesterday breaking this fucker open.
Mortal Kombat?
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's why she had that obscure reference.
Yeah, earlier in the second, third episode. Fatality.
Oh, fuck!
What's going on?
Yeah, don't do that. Stop doing that. Scary dolls? Fuck off.
Yeah, that shit people don't need. Oh no.
Oh, shit.
It's not completely gone yet.
No. Making too much noise, guys.
Is it a spider? Nope. Is it in your shirt? Nope. Is it a water pistol?
Why don't you want a spider?
Is it a dinosaur?
Possibly.
I mean, I'll be your best friend again if it's a dinosaur. Oh, really?
Panda Express.
Oh, and Subway.
Macho Nacho.
Is this where you've been staying?
Mostly. Ta-da! Volume 2.
Oh.
What did the triangle say to the circle? Oh, you're so pointless. Okay, how does a computer get drunk? It takes screenshots.
What are screenshots?
I don't actually.
Oh, here we go. What do you call an alligator in a vest?
Bombs?
None of this shit was even about me.
Would you stop?
Fuck you!
Ellie! Ellie, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
This isn't easy, Ellie.
It actually is. You just did it. Goodbye. Riley!
Oh, fuck.
Riley!
Oh. Halloween store. That was the last wonder.
You don't know what it was like to have a family, to belong. I mean, I didn't have them for long, but I had them. Maybe the Fireflies aren't what I think they are, but they chose me. I mattered to them.
You mattered to me first.
Well, Nate's not over yet.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Put it on stupid.
Nice. Fuck, so much music in this episode I can't use because of copyrights.
Yeah.
Don't go. Okay.
Whoops. Aw. That's so cute. But fuck, I'm just waiting for that fucking infected to pop up.
Right there.
Get ready to run.
Whoa, there we go. In the fucking head. Yeah.
No, 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 no! No!
They're doing such a good job with this. She's not gonna fucking give up. She's not gonna lose the person she cares for again.
It ends this way for everyone sooner or later, right? But we don't quit. Whether it's 2 minutes or 2 days, I don't want to give that up. We can just be all poetic and shit and lose our minds together.
Life's so unfair, man.
Especially in a fucking apocalypse. I love the way they're cutting back and forth here.
How are you gonna keep it from getting infected, though?
Ooh. Really?
Okay.
Oh, damn, fuck. That went by so quick. Shit. I thought there was still time left.
I was thinking about this, but I was so afraid of
Being wrong?
being wrong. But I finally figured out who Captain Kwang, who the actor Terry Chen, who he had. Well, where have you seen him before? And well, it's Prax from The Expanse.
Yeah, come on.
And I was this close to saying it, but I was so afraid of being wrong. And I don't want to be ridiculed for being wrong about people, because I'm all the time. I have a tendency to like mix up actors all the time, and I just didn't want to this time. But
yeah,
I
and
should have just said it.
I don't know why I didn't notice. My memory is just blah sometimes. But of course, Prax, The Expanse, one of our all-time favorite series. Watch it if you haven't already. Anywho, that was episode 7, Left Behind, and it was like a straight up, like step for step adaptation of that DLC. It was actually a DLC to the game. It wasn't in the original The Last of Us game. Came out afterwards, where we then got to know about Ellie's past a little bit, and especially her relationship with Riley and how they both got bits. And I don't know if they're going to return to it in the next episode or anything, but I don't think they need to, because we already know what's going to happen here. Like, Riley's going to turn, Ellie is not. And Ellie's gonna have to kill Riley, and that's what she was referring to earlier in the season when she said she's killed someone before. So that's fucking horrible. But I absolutely loved this episode, and especially the performances. Like those two actors just carried it all the way through. The chemistry was there 100%, and just the gradual, just Ellie realizing and also being brave enough to sort of kind of admit to Riley that I don't just consider you my best friend. No. I'm actually in love with you. And that was beautiful, and then it ends like that, and it's so fucking unfair, just like you said, and it's so horrible, and it's just these people can't catch a break, and it's again also part of something else that Ellie said, with like everyone she cares about either leaves her or dies, and that was like double true for Riley, because she left her at first and then came back and then was about to leave her again, but actually in that last moment said okay to staying. And then it happened, and then she dies, and then cutting back and forth with present day and Joel and her just deciding I'm not gonna give up this time around. I'm gonna do everything I can to save this one person who makes me feel like I belong, I matter, family, someone who can be family.
Because she never had anyone, and it was also like Riley said it straight out. Like, Riley had parents, and she saw them dead. We don't know how, but she saw them dead, and she also told them, well, family is where you belong. Yeah. And Ellie has never had parents like that.
No, she's never had that feeling of belonging. Yeah. All she knows is the QC and FEDRA and that fucking FEDRA school where, she thought that was her only options.
Yeah, and I think, is it only orphans that they take in? At least, but we know that both Ellie and Riley are orphans. And I think perhaps because Ellie didn't have parents, she might be more moldable in a way, if that makes sense, by FEDRA. So FEDRA can more easily make them believe their propaganda or whatever.
Yeah, because she doesn't know anything else besides that.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, she it seems like she does know something, because there's this whole back and forth between them where it's like, we Fireflies don't bomb people like civilians, and then it was like, yeah, but they do, and all of this, and Riley promising Ellie that she would not blow up Ellie ever, and it's like, so Fireflies, we get those, get that, I don't know if you can call it, like the opposite sides a bit in them, because one is a Firefly and one is more leaning towards FEDRA, even though Ellie has a thing with authorities. Yeah. And
not a big fan of authority.
And that's fair. I totally get it. I'm not either. But so like the whole, so it's also showing us a little bit that even though Fireflies are like freedom fighters, they are still doing, like, she called them anarchists at some point. But it kind of makes sense. Like they're doing some really horrible shit to
FEDRA at least, or
well, obviously there was like hinted at that also civilians will be
we even saw it all the way back in the first episode with Tess sitting and talking to Robert, and then the whole thing blows up and you see a Firefly up on the roof, and like they do stuff like that where it's depends on your point of view. Is it a freedom fighter or is it a terrorist? That's we've seen that many times before, and just like an obvious reference that of course pops into my mind is something like the Rebel Alliance, where in Star Wars we know they're the good guys, they are the freedom fighters, they want to liberate the galaxy, but they also like blew up the Death Star, where everyone there, are they, like so I know it's not as in the gray in Star Wars as it necessarily is here, but that's at least a conversation people have had before, and it also relates to the real world, of course.
And I was thinking about like World War II and like the Danish freedom fighters or whatever during the occupation and everything, but
sure, but of course it's Star Wars. So Star Wars pops into my head first thing. But at least that's the complexities that we're dealing with here, and it's very understandable from both sides, because again, Ellie doesn't know everything, as Riley kept saying, even though she likes to pretend that she does know everything, and she was like, agree to disagree, but she doesn't know everything about the Fireflies, what they really do, what they stand for. She only knows what FEDRA has told her, and what they are saying is that, well, they are terrorists and they are blowing up depots, like food storages and whatnot, and they are making life more difficult for everyone here. And FEDRA are the good guys because they're the only ones holding it all together. So of course that's gonna be her point of view as well. And then someone like Riley comes in and challenges that point of view, with Ellie also challenging Riley a bit, and that can be very, very healthy. Getting more into it like that, and understanding perhaps both sides, and it's not clear cut that these are good guys and these are bad guys or anything like that, but in the end it was more about just those two and their relationship.
And if people, I think most people did not know, like people who haven't played the games, they did not know about Ellie up until now, but we knew. So that back in episode 1, where Tess talked about like if she was sneaking out with a boyfriend to meet a boyfriend or something like that.
Well,
I
or at least
can't remember. Like there was something about a boyfriend, and she was like, no. And that specific attitude or specific like tone in her voice when she said it was just kind of hinting at, if you know it, it was hinting at her being lesbian. What is it called? A lesbian.
Like, exactly. Not interested in guys. No. Anywho, and even lied to Tess back then and said, I went there alone, and I just got bit alone. No one was with me. So it's not something that she's willing to talk about or open up about to anyone. Maybe except now for Joel, that she has really like accepted that, okay, this is family to me. And he also accepted it in the end, because we started out the episode with him pushing her away, saying, no, go away, go north, go to Tommy, get away from me, I'm dead, I'm done. And even though, of course, he also made the decision in the last episode to go with Ellie, because, even though he's afraid that he's going to lose her, just like he lost his daughter Sarah, he still wants to, like, he can't help himself and feel attached to her. And then we get to the ending of this episode, and he accepted her help, and that, you know, when the hands holding hands and yeah, that was just beautiful. That was really, really beautiful and so well done. And now I just can't wait for the next episode, because we're getting into some really exciting stuff here. But there are only 2 episodes left, so we are also getting to the end. But it's just gonna be for the last 2. But I love that they included this and actually gave it a whole episode, because it's really important to Ellie as a character, and
so many things like that was hinted at during the season finally makes sense, right?
It makes a lot of sense, and Ellie as a character makes, like, you understand her way, way, way better now. And even though one could say that, and especially in the game, because you're playing as Joel most of the time, so people have a tendency to look at it as, well, Joel is the main character. He's the guy we're following. But to me, it's always been about Ellie. And this one really pushed her to the forefront even more than they've done before in the series. And
they've done while you say, like, the games were focused on Joel. I think in this series, they have, as you say, pushed her to the forefront to make this show more about them.
Yes.
And the 2 of them, rather than just like Joel and then Ellie.
Yeah.
Or Ellie and then Joel, kind of.
It is very much about their relationship, their past,
and how it grows.
Yes, exactly, and how they now are like father and daughter. And she's doing everything she can to save him. And that was tough to watch, with her, sewing up the wound like that. But of course, really, really well made. And this is also a part in the game. It's not spoilery, I think, but it's a part in the game where you're also playing as Ellie, of course, especially during the DLC. But the whole thing with her trying to save Joel, and them being in this house, and we got the horse in the garage. That's of course in the game, and in that section you also play as Ellie, because, well, Joel is not really able to do anything at the moment. So if you were to play as him, it'd be kind of boring just laying there.
What you doing, Ellie?
Yeah, what's going on? Yeah. Just your objective is to wait. Whew, great seeing that mall. That was also just right out of the game, like all the wonders that they got to with the merry-go-round and the photo booth and the arcade and the Halloween store, and then of course sort of added the escalator at the beginning of the escalator.
Escalator, yeah.
Yes. Ellie, she was quite excited about that. Now that I think about it, in the game, I don't think the arcade was really working. Actually, if I remember correctly, like, she didn't really get to play Mortal Kombat, but Riley, like, she asked her to close her eyes and then just imagine it. And then we got a pretty cool sequence there where she was just imagining it, and then like the sound came in and stuff like that. But here they actually got to play the game, which was also really cool. So enjoyed that immensely. And then the whole fight with the infected, that was...
Always unpleasant.
Always fucking unpleasant. But again, speaking of them doing a good job with the series, like the makeup and just how the infected looks, that's scaringly accurate to the game as well. And it hits you hard, even though you know what's coming. And again, even like just for those of you guys who don't know about the story, I'm so curious to hear from some of you, like what you thought of this episode and Ellie's backstory. If it was something that you maybe not figured out, but was thinking about, or if you saw some of this coming, like we knew if you played the game or not that Ellie was going to get bit. But did you expect for Riley to get bit as well? And yeah. I'm so curious about like people who haven't experienced the story before, what they think of it all and experience it for the first time now. I'm almost jealous of you. I wish I could experience it for the first time again. But this is also like, this is just a different experience now. And especially when it comes to adaptations, they're doing such a good job. Like one of the best adaptations of anything I've seen, really, because they're very faithful to the source material, but also adding a lot of stuff, and they're not really subtracting anything except for, I guess you could say, like a lot of the action that you get in the gameplay, but that's because it's a game and you need that stuff. And if you were running around and killing people and infected all the time in this series, like it would take some of the oomph out of those sequences when they then finally pop up. And if they were infected like all the time as well in the series, it wouldn't.
It also
hit
kind
you
of
as hard.
wouldn't make sense, right? Or can infected live on for like 20 years?
Some of them can, and then
some of them.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Like some of them can perhaps live on for 20 years, but some like definitely not
all of them.
All of them.
No.
So if they were, and also like America's big.
Really big
landmass. It's like it's huge.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't expect to meet infected everywhere.
And if they're being smart about it, which they have been in throughout the series, is staying away from what used to be populated areas and cities, going out in the open country and whatnot, then there aren't a lot of infected there. So of course they aren't going to bump into them. And it's not like there are that many people left either. Of course, there are pockets of people here and there, and then groups of raiders, and we have seen them, but it's not like run into them all the time or as often as we do in the game. But it's more like you need to do that in the game because it is an action adventure game. And something else that I've been thinking about that makes this more realistic is the fact that, well, as Joel also clearly stated, and as we saw in the previous episode, he's getting old. Like he can't run around like a superhero and just kill hundreds of dudes throughout the journey. That would seem weird. So yeah, love the way they're doing it. Again, can't say that enough. But do you have anything else you want to add to this one? Yup.
I love like how they think about time, like how they like what time we're in, because this is set 10 years before the game is, so like it's set in 2003, right? So
yeah, the outbreak happens in 2003 in the show. It happened in 13 in the game, and then now we are in 23 in the show, and in the game we were in 33. So yeah.
Yes. So what my point was is just that everything that happen, like things happen, like all the things that exist basically is from before the outbreak.
Yeah.
So before 2003. So we would see a lot of things that we grew up with from the early 2000s, such as, like you said, arcades, but I've never experienced arcades, but that's more like my like upbringing kind of thing. But like a mall like that, like certain stores that was perhaps popular back in the noughties. And then, of course, my big love, Pearl Jam. Starting out the episode with Ellie listening to All or None. That's from, and I think, if memory serves me right, All or None is from the album called Riot Act that came out in 2002. So Neil Druckmann, being a huge fan of Pearl Jam as well, could still like use some of the music. Like he kind of
weave it in like that.
Weaved it in like that because I've talked about it in one of the earlier episodes. In the discussion that they used a newer song, a newer track in the games.
Yes.
From Pearl Jam. So they still got to have their little Pearl Jam moments.
They did. Neil Druckmann, clearly a fan of Pearl Jam. And it seems like Craig Mason, clearly a fan of Depeche Mode. If you go back in like the first episode and then also the previous one. It was a cover actually sung by his, performed by his daughter, Craig Mason's daughter. In the previous episode during the credits. So the music again is great. The choice of music is amazing.
And also we had a little bit of Take On Me from a-ha.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know if it's gonna come back, but at least I said it's an Easter egg to the games, but then they actually played Take On Me.
Yeah.
I was not expecting it to come into this early. But
No. So that's going to do it then for this reaction and review of The Last of Us, Season 1, Episode 7, Left Behind. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.